Hey babe, are you all ready for our date night tonight?
Evelyn, I'm so sorry. I meant to tell you, but I've been asked to go on a business trip last minute. It's with a really important potential client for the company, and my boss really wants me to go and make a good impression. I wouldn't have said yes, but this could be a huge deal. If I get this right, I might even end up getting a promotion.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, it's great that you might get promoted. You should definitely focus on that. We can always have a date night on a different night.
Thanks, babe. I need you to understand.
So when do you leave? Also, where are you going? Is this like a really long business trip overseas or something nearby?
I actually need to leave within the next couple of hours. I need to come and get my bag packed with all the essentials. It's not overseas, but it's a bit of a drive away. It's at a golf resort, which is going to be incredibly boring. You know I hate golf, but if it's what needs to be done to get this client, then so be it.
Just try not to let go of your club when you swing it this time. Although I'm still impressed by how far it went. It might have been a new record.
I was hoping you'd forgotten about that incident.
Never, lol. Anyway, don't worry about your bag. I'll pack it for you. Maybe we can have a quick lunch together or something before you go then?
Yeah, that would be nice. Thanks, babe. I'll see you soon.
I love you.
Same. Hey, Evelyn, are you awake?
Carter? It's almost midnight. What's wrong?
I've, been in a little bit of an accident.
Accident? What kind of accident? Are you okay? You're not hurt, are you?
I'm not too bad, just a few scrapes and bruises.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, but the car is kind of totaled.
What? How?
It's a bit of a long story. We were out at a bar and had a few drinks, and I may have crashed into a lamppost in order to avoid hitting a deer on the way back to the hotel.
You were drinking and driving?
Yeah, I know. It was stupid.
Very stupid. You're lucky you weren't hurt worse.
I know. Anyway, I was wondering if you could come and pick me up.
What about your client?
Oh, she's getting a different lift.
She?
Sorry, autocorrect. I meant he.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure, I can come and get you. Are you sure you don't need to go to the hospital?
Oh, I'll be fine. Just some rest and care for me will help.
Okay, I'll be there soon. Where are you exactly?
Oh, I'll send you my Google Maps location.
Okay. I love you, and I'll see you soon.
Hey, Evelyn, did you hear what happened to that Bethany girl? I'm pretty sure you've met her before. She works with her husband.
Oh, hey, Blake. Yeah, I think I vaguely remember her. What happened?
Well, apparently she got into a really bad car crash.
Wait, what?
Yeah, apparently the guy she was with swerved to avoid hitting a deer and they crashed into a lamppost.
Are you sure?
Yeah, pretty sure. Scott just told me she'd called him in hysterics, asking for a lift back home.
Where was she when it happened?
Apparently she was on some weekend getaway with some guy she's been seeing, and they'd gone to a really fancy new spa resort a couple hours away. Obviously they'd gone out for a meal or something and drank a bit too much, and the guy crashed. The car's totaled.
How long has Bethany been seeing this guy?
I'm not sure. She might have mentioned something last time Scott and I saw her. Maybe around 6 months or so? How come?
Because I think the guy she's seeing is my husband.
What?
I just received a call from him asking me to pick him up because he's been in a car accident. He avoided a deer.
God, I'm so sorry, Eve. Is there anything I can do?
It's not your fault. I'll be okay. Well, I will be after I've dealt with the cheating jerk.
I'm here for you, girl. If you need a shoulder to cry on or shoulders, you're more than welcome to come to mine. Tell Scott and I make good listeners.
Thank you, Blake. You're a true friend. Cart, you there?
Evie, are you on your way? It's kind of cold out here and there's not really anywhere around to go and sit and get warm.
I was just about to set off. Although before I do, I just wanted to ask you something.
Yeah, sure. Anything.
You know Bethany?
My coworker?
Yeah. Well, I just heard the strangest thing about her.
Oh. What's that then?
Apparently, she just called up Scott in hysterics and asked him for a lift home. But the funny thing is that she was so upset because she'd just been in a car crash.
Oh, wow, that is a coincidence.
Yeah, the guy who was driving apparently swerved to avoid a deer, just like you did.
Evie.
Don't Evie me. How could you do this to me? I thought you loved me. We're married, for God's sake.
Look, just calm down. I can explain.
You can explain how long you've been cheating on me for.
Evelyn, I don't think we should get into this over text right now. Just come and pick me up and we can talk later.
We can talk now. How long has it been going on?
We've been seeing each other for 6 months now. Happy?
Happy? Of course I'm not happy. My husband has been cheating on me with his coworker for half a year. I mean, you couldn't even make it original, could you? It couldn't have been some high-flying, enigmatic woman. It just had to be your boring coworker.
Seriously? You're upset because she's my coworker?
No, I'm upset because my husband is a cheating liar.
Well, I mean, you can't really have expected this not to happen.
What do you mean?
Well, let's face it, you've not exactly been the best wife lately, have you?
How haven't I?
You'd never want to be with me anymore. We haven't been intimate for like months now. I have needs, Evie, and Bethany was happy to help whilst you weren't. If anything, you're the one who's gotten us into this mess. If you'd just been a good wife, I wouldn't have had to go looking for someone else.
Oh my god, I can't believe that you're actually trying to blame me for your cheating. And for your information, I'm the one who has been trying to help us reconnect. I knew that the spark between us had fizzled a little, and I was trying to come up with ways to spark it up again. You're the one who always brushes me off with business meetings and work excuses. Now I know what was actually going on.
Whatever, Evelyn. You're not gonna make me feel guilty over this. I did what I had to when you weren't willing to be the wife I deserve.
I can't believe you right now. You know what? I'm glad this has all come to light. At least I can stop wasting my time on such a deplorable human being and start looking for someone way better.
What do you mean?
What does it sound like I mean? I'm leaving you, Carter.
What? You can't do that.
Why not? Did you really think that I would stick around after finding out that what you've done? How you've treated me? Well, think again. I'm not an idiot, and I know I deserve someone much better. Someone who won't cheat on me when things get a little rough in the relationship.
But...
I mean, you haven't even told me that you love me for months, and now I know why. By the time you get back, I'll have moved my stuff out. I suggest you do the same, because I'm going to want to sell the house.
Hang on, Evelyn. Let's not act too hastily.
Too late. You've already done that and ruined everything. I'll be getting in touch with some lawyers tomorrow, and I'll be sending you some divorce papers. The house is in both of our names, so you can either pay me my half, or we'll sell it.
You can't just decide that. Look, just come and pick me up and we'll sort everything out. It'll all be okay and we can get back to being together and happy. We can start again and just focus on each other, okay? I promise.
Just like you promised to be faithful to me in your wedding vows? Look, there's nothing to fix here, Carter. You've made sure of that. Oh, and if you think that I'm coming to pick you up now, you're sadly mistaken.
You can't just leave me out here.
You can call for a cab. Or a walk might give you time to think about everything you've done. But I'm not about to come running to save the man who just broke my heart. Sorry, Carter, but you're on your own from now on. Goodbye.
Evie, wait, I'm sorry.
True to my word, I let Carter make his own way home. But by the time he got back to the house, I had already moved some of my stuff out and was back at my parents' home. It was tough going for a while. I was saddened by what had happened. I had truly loved him. However, after a little bit of time, I was able to start moving on with my life. I began to go on some dates, and I'm currently in a semi-serious relationship with a really great guy. As for Carter, he tried to get me back, but I simply couldn't trust him anymore and told him no. Bethany also left him after she found a new and richer man to cling to. Carter, left with no one but himself, ended up quitting his job and moving. I hope that one day he finds someone whom he loves enough to be faithful to. Whilst he might have broken my heart, he was still my husband, and I want him to be as happy as I am now with my new partner.
OMG, girl. I cannot believe what you did last night.
What are you on about, Chrissy?
Don't act all coy with me. I totally saw you making out with that really cute guy at the bar.
You saw that?
Yeah. It took you ages to come back with all of our drinks, so I went to see what was taking so long, and boom, there you were. Totally making out with some dude who is most definitely not your husband. Oh, come on. I'm your best friend. We've shared lots of secrets before. You know I won't tell anyone, don't worry. Now, tell me everything. I want to know what happened last night between you and Mr. Mysterious.
Oh my god, Chrissy. It was amazing.
What happened?
Well, I bumped into Nick at the bar, and at first I was completely cold to him.
Wait, Nick as in Jacob's ex-boss?
Yeah, that's why I was so cold to him to begin with. I mean, he's the man who fired my husband, you know? But as I was waiting for the drinks, we got to talking a bit. He said how sorry he was for letting Jacob go, but the company really needed to make some cutbacks. With Jacob thinking that he's such a good lawyer, he figured that he would be able to get a new job easily. Guess that shows what he knows.
Jacob still hasn't found a job?
No, but I'll tell you about that in a minute. Anyway, so the more we talked, the more we realized that we actually had quite a lot in common. He was so sweet and charming. Next thing I know, we were making out.
Yeah, I know that. But what happened after? You never came back. We were all worried about you.
Well, things got a little bit more heated, so we headed back to his place.
No way.
Actually, I'm still there now.
What? How?
I'm in his bathroom.
Oh my god, you go, girl. But wait, isn't Jacob wondering where you are now?
I told him that I stayed at yours last night, so if he asks, that's where I was, okay?
Got it. So, what are you gonna do about Nick now?
I think I'm going to keep seeing him.
Well, I mean, if Jacob still hasn't found a job yet, then you might need to start seeing what other options are out.
That's what I thought. I don't want to be stuck with some penniless loser. And Nick is so handsome and driven. He really is amazing. The only problem is, I don't want to divorce Jacob because of Arthur. You know, he's only 5, and he wouldn't understand why his mommy and daddy aren't together anymore.
Well, you'll figure something out, but I definitely wouldn't give up seeing Nick. He seems good for you. You seem like you're having fun and going back to your old self.
He does make me feel happy, and I haven't had this much fun in ages. Since getting fired, Jacob hasn't really wanted to be intimate. It's like he's too depressed or something. Kind of pathetic if you ask me.
Well, you better keep me updated about what happens between you and Nick. I'm living vicariously through you. LOL.
LOL, I'll keep you updated, but I've got to go now. Talk to you later. Hey, Chrissy, guess what? Nick's taking me on a romantic getaway this weekend. He totally surprised me at the last minute. So I need you to cover for me with Jacob. I told him that you and I are going on a girls' weekend away, okay? Christine?
Wrong person.
Oh my god, Jacob, that text wasn't meant for you. And it was only a joke anyway.
Only a joke?
Yeah, I thought that maybe if I said something like that, it would push you to get a new job. Like, make you think about what could happen if you were to sit around the house doing nothing like you have for the last 4 months.
You said that text wasn't even meant for me. So why would you send something like that to Christine?
Well, I was just asking for her opinion. I didn't know if it was too harsh. I wanted to give you a boost by scaring you for a minute, not hurt your feelings.
I see.
Yeah, sorry, sweetie.
Sure.
Oh my god, Christine. I had a close call.
What happened?
I meant to text you about Nick, but I sent it to Jacob instead.
You didn't.
I did. Luckily, Jacob's so gullible and stupid that I was able to convince him that I was simply sending it as a trick to motivate him into getting a new job.
Really? And he bought that?
I know, right? That's what I thought, but he didn't ask any more questions, so I'm in the clear, I think.
You need to be more careful, girl. You'll get caught otherwise, and then who'll gossip with me about their exciting affairs?
I know, I'll be extra careful. Just, if Jacob tries to ask you anything about me or Nick, don't say anything, okay?
Of course not. I wouldn't betray you, Martha. That's not what good friends do.
Thank you, Chrissy. I don't know what I would do without you.
Hey, sweetie, how's your weekend getaway with Christine going? Are you having fun?
Oh, yeah, we're having lots of fun. We were just in the spa, which is why it's taken me so long to reply.
That's okay. I'm just glad you're having a good time. Hey, why don't we FaceTime? I haven't seen Christine in a while, so it'd be nice to say hello. What's wrong? Why don't you want me to call?
It's just that Christine and I don't really have the time for it. We're literally going out right now for dinner, and I don't want to be one of those obnoxious people who talks really loud on the phone whilst they're walking around. I think it's just rude, you know?
Of course. How silly of me. Where is it you're staying at again?
I think it's called the Spring Mountain Retreat or something. How come?
Oh, no particular reason. I was just curious.
Okay. Well, reception here is rubbish, so don't freak out if I can't message you back right away or take your calls, okay?
Sure, no problem. Have fun.
Thank you, sweetie. Jacob, come home quick! We've been robbed!
What do you mean?
Everything is gone. All of the furniture, the electronics, everything. How did this happen?
Oh, I take it you're back at the house then?
Yes, where are you? Have you seen what's happened? Are you with the police?
No.
Where are you then? Why aren't you at home with Arthur?
I'm at home with my son.
No, you're not. The place is empty.
Yes, well, that house is no longer mine. Or Arthur's home anymore.
What are you on about? What's going on?
You know the other day when you messaged me by accident instead of Christine?
Yes?
Well, I got curious about what you said and decided to do a little bit of digging. That's what I found out.
Jacob.
You got it. I discovered that my wife was cheating on me with my ex-boss.
No, you don't know the whole story.
At first I was furious, you know? I was so close to coming over there and yelling at you over everything.
Jacob, please.
Then I calmed down a bit and I thought to myself, what's the point? What's the point of being angry at someone who so clearly doesn't care about you or your feelings in any way at all?
That's not true, Jacob.
No? Then why'd you cheat on me?
You know what? I did it because of you. You have been so depressing lately, moping around at home, all because you got fired. So what? Suck it up and get another job. That's what a real man would do. I was so sick and tired of you being so pathetic, and Nick is the opposite of you. He's everything you aren't.
So, because I was let go from my work and became a bit depressed, you decided to cheat on me instead of supporting me? I'm starting to think I've dodged a bullet now.
What do you mean?
Well, you've shown your true colors. At least I know what you're really like now, and I can move on with my life instead of wasting it with Such a horrible woman. I filed for divorce, you'll get the papers this week, and I'm asking for sole custody of Arthur. He deserves a loving parent to look after him, not someone fickle who's just gonna run off with a new man every other week.
You can't do that. I'm his mother. The courts will side with me. Besides, they won't let a jobless loser have custody of a kid. You can't provide for him.
Actually, I was gonna tell you the other week, but you revealed your affair before I had the chance to.
Tell me what?
For the past 4 months, I've been working non-stop to create my own firm. I finally managed to get it up and running last week, and it's already seen a lot of business. Clients from my old firm heard I was in business and they want me. They know I do good work. Unlike your boyfriend Nick, who's notorious for being a rubbish lawyer. The only reason he's the boss at that firm is because his dad bought his way into it.
Wait a minute. You mean you're earning money again?
Lots of it, actually.
Well, that's great then. We can make it work. We'll be happy again.
No, I'm already happy. I'm free of a freeloading, selfish wife who thinks of no one but herself.
But Jacob, I love you.
No, you don't. You love my money. Have a nice life, Martha. We'll figure something out in court about Arthur, but aside from that, I want nothing to do with you anymore. Martha tried to get me back, but I refused. I know that I deserve better than someone who would rather cheat on me than help me through a difficult situation. We signed the divorce papers and I was awarded custody of my son, Arthur. I knew he still needed his mom though, so we worked out a visiting schedule. Whilst I'm not seeing anybody new at the moment, I'm okay with it. I'm more than happy to focus on making sure my business runs successfully and my son has a happy and loving childhood. Romance will happen in its own time. As for Martha, Nick ended up breaking things off with her when he decided that he wanted to date a younger woman. Because Martha hadn't worked a day in her life, she was forced to get a low-paying part-time job. She ended up moving to a tiny apartment as she couldn't afford anything else. Hopefully she learns how to be a better person, so the next time she's with someone, she doesn't throw it all away for a little bit of fun.